is really interesting. Only offering vision to these roaches being pretty much captive on this side of the map. So, okay, there's Burrow on the way. Burrow on the way and centrifugal hooks for banelings. So, let's see if this is gonna be. Usually, when you get Burrow, you almost always get. Did he get tunneling claws? I think he did. And maybe I missed it. Where's the roach warren? No, he didn't actually. So, no burrowed roaches really. Actually, you can borrow the roaches to regain them faster, but you can't move on the ground without that upgrade. So, stim pack is... Oh, this is a very late stim pack. This is like, what, 15 minutes into the game. Stim pack is being researched right now. And Haypro taking down all the overlords he can. And that overlord is going to survive for now. But going to take a look at the Union counting station. And let's see what's happening over here. 30 roaches actually, 6 banelings and some zerglings against 4 thors, 34 marines and 6 tanks. No medivacs out yet actually. Should maybe think about getting a starport. He does he have, oh, 3 starports being laid down, and this is scary. This can actually even mean a transition into battle cruisers later on actually. Battlecruiser is a great unit to have against anything that Zerg has, as long as he's going for things like roaches only and Zerglings and so forth. A ground army, they don't attack air. But here we have Corruptors on the way, and excuse me, the Spire is being morphed into a Greater Spire right now. So that's probably going to mean Broodlords. In the meantime, Select is attacking over here, and is going to take down the gold, I think, very easily. And he might just go for counterattack, although I don't think it's the best idea against the Planetary Fortress. You really want to defend as a Zerg until you can commit to a battle. But this is a lot of units, a lot of tanks, a lot of Thors, and a lot of Marines. This is really... an Ultra Cavern is on the way, by the way. It's done right now. And I don't think... these Marines are doing so much damage, actually. Unbelievable damage. Take down all those drones. And they're stimmed up right now, taking down still all the Zerglings, and he's trying to move. There's a miss micro over there. I think he could have just left them to attack, but he was moving this army back. I think it was control grouped. I think a misclick over there from Select. And the Corruptors are out right now for Haypro, but the thing is, he lost his gold, and he lost all the drones almost at this third base, at the second expansion. Also, we have Adrenal Glands on the way for Haypro and 9 Broodlords. Broodlords obviously a great unit to use against anything that looks like this. Broodlords are the greatest unit you can have, obviously, for many reasons. Because of the range, because of the fact that they have a lot of HP, the fact that the siege tanks are gonna do splash and friendly fire on the Broodlings. And kill off a lot of Marines as well. So here we go, the Broodlords are done. He's moving in right now. He should wait with this. Yep, he is waiting. The Marines are stinging up again, but he doesn't want to lose this. He really does not want to lose this. If he does lose this, it's going to be a big deal. So he's being pressed by time right now, doesn't want to lose this expansion. Broodlords are moving in. Same with the Banelings. And here we go, the Broodlord's doing a lot of damage. The Thor is really not good against this. And Haypro is doing a really good game right now. He's going to repel all this. This should really go down. He shouldn't let this go. Don't want to have these units get repaired, and this Thor actually makes away with very little HP, but you don't want to do that. Guess he didn't pay attention to it that much. And Select actually has a lot of Vikings right now as well. Any reactors? No. Actually, Select is one of those players that doesn't really want to get add-ons so much. You can see he's playing down a lot of production facilities, but no add-ons really. So that's interesting. Anyway, these Vikings are going to snipe down the Broodlords very, very fast. He knows that the Broodlords are very slow. So, yeah, obviously, what you want here is not really Corruptors, because Corruptors are kind of crap as well against Vikings due to their short range. And what you want is Hydras, but obviously Hydra's not so good against everything else. And Hydras, especially if you won't have the creep advantage, you can't really move out of your base with them. So, but getting a few Hydralisks is an okay thing to do. And he lost all his Broodlords actually, but yeah, getting a few Hydras for defense purposes is always a good thing to do, because you're gonna have the creep and the Hydras are doing a lot of damage. But whoa, Select has a lot of units over here. Taking a look at the unit counting station, 5 Thors and 6 Vikings and 8 tanks. And here we go, another battle occurring over here. Tanks do siege up right now, but the Thors are in the back. He lost a few tanks, but that's it really. These roaches kind of weak. A lot of roaches died there as well. And Select looks like he's slowly edging forward like Terran usually do. Haypro did get this base up. He knows that it's very hard to actually secure a base over here, but Select knows about it and is going to take it out. So Select really doesn't want to let Haypro expand whatsoever. There we go, he's timming up, and this expansion is going to go down unless... Oh, I don't think this is really what he wants to do. That base is very weak. That one can go down. Can even get a Banshee and kill this off actually. And Select looks like he's moving ahead with his main army over here. He is gonna take this down. Once this go down, he's gonna look really bad on the income tab. He's lost. There we go. The income is dropping right now for him. And in the meantime, this one, did he actually take this? Yep, he did take this out in the meantime as I was looking over there. So my bad, guys. I think he just landed these Vikings. This one was already very weak. Landed the Vikings, took down the base. And, well, Haypro is really in a bad position. He knows he has to commit here. He's trying to do a counterattack. He has a lot of roaches. He's taking down the tanks. That's a good thing. Always a good thing. But don't want to fight close to the Planetary Fortress. He knows that. But the roaches are really, really weak. And more tanks and Thors and really Terran mech is so obnoxious to play against, especially on a map like Xel'Naga Caverns, where your expansions are really vulnerable. And here we go. He's running back with his roaches. He has roach speed, but that's pretty much all he has right now. He's getting a few more roaches and a few more corruptors, but the Viking count is increasing as well. So 7 Vikings out on the field right now, 12 tanks. This is really hard to break. 5 Thors, 12 tanks, and 27 Marines. The only real unit you can use is maybe some infestors to throw down some infested Terrans into the siege line, siege tank line, or broodlords. But obviously broodlords are gonna get down, are gonna get taken out so easily by the Vikings. So let's see this army composition. Select knows exactly that, knows exactly what he wants. He knows that this army composition is really hard to deal with. As Zerg, oh, and these Zerg, oh, the tanks are gonna siege up, and this is gonna disintegrate. Oh my god. That was really painful to watch, and looks like Haypro is going to lose this again. And I think if he loses this, there's no real income for him, and I think he's just going to GG out if he loses this. Let's see if that's going to happen. And he does lose that instantly, almost. So much damage being done by the tanks and the Thors and the Marines, and here we go. He does have a pretty big army over here, but really you cannot do anything with that kind of army against this. Actually, what you can do is get tunneling claws for your roaches and move under this army, and then move in with your broodlords and infestors and stuff like that. But it takes a huge amount of coordination and generally a lot of effort for the Zerg to break any army composition that looks like this. He did take down a lot of tanks over here, but even though all these tanks went down, we can see that Select is still maxed out because he's producing off so many structures, and we can see just constant reinforcements for him. Even though Haypro took down all those tanks, Haypro just Select still has so many units, still these 5 Thors and like so many tanks. There's no real way for him to actually deal with this. He has no real income, only off this. His gas income is basically gone. He does have surplus gas, so that's not an issue, but he does decide to GG in the end. And this is a game where we can and level 3 upgrades actually on the mech. So this is a game where we can actually see why Terran mech is incredibly hard to break as Zerg, and it's actually the perfect example to see why this is happening, because there's nothing really you can do, especially when you have Vikings that have such a huge range, and there's no real way to it's not the word I'm looking for, another word. It's not outmass, it's like overpower the Terran, because even if you're maxed and he's maxed, there's no way you can actually have a more effective army than he does, because the Terran unit clusters are really much stronger than Zerg unit clusters. So what you have to do is either you're forced to out macro him or outmass him early on into the game, but that's also really hard as Zerg because you have to focus so much on droning, and your opponent is going to be able to produce units off his buildings. Obviously he doesn't need his command centers. His command centers are always going to make SCVs and mules in this case. So yeah, it's really hard to actually break this, but I've seen games where it happens, but it's really hard, and you need a lot of tech options. You need the broodlords in this case. It was good. A few ultras is good to have, like 1, 2, 3 ultra lists just to throw in there to absorb most of the damage at the start, and infestors for fungal growth and for infested Terrans, and Mutalisks and corruptors to deal with the Vikings or Hydras, but like I said, Hydras are a bit more difficult to use, especially when you're away from your base. But yeah, anyway, a good game from both players, enjoyable to watch, nice CVTs, and glad to have brought you these games. And if you do like what you see, then please do subscribe and spread the word about my channel and help my channel grow. It's only about 3.5 months or something like that old now, and I've been getting a lot of positive input from people. Oh, and by the way, someone said that they're getting tired of me not posting a link to part 2 of the game and so forth on my YouTube channel. actually, I always post a link to part 2 on my YouTube channel. You just have to wait until the end of the video, and it is going to appear in the bottom right side corner of the screens, usually over there. Otherwise it's bottom top left or something like that, but usually it's bottom right. It's a red annotation. It really stands out. So yeah, do watch to the end of the video and then complain, because yeah, otherwise you're just gonna make a fool out of yourself. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and big shout out to all my subscribers. You guys are great, and thanks for watching. Tune in all the time, help me get more views and more viewers as well. Okay guys, I'll see you guys next time, and stay tuned for more videos.